In her life of service, we saw that abiding love of tradition, together with that fearless embrace of progress, which makes us great as nations.
We may not ever know what Charles's actual inheritance is, for the simple reason that the Queen's will remain confidential.
Royal will has always been one of the most closely guarded secrets in royal history, the details shared only within the family. Queen Elizabeth's will was expected to remain a private matter for her loved ones. However, recent reports have revealed a shocking twist. Camilla, in a surprising move, refused to follow the will. Prince William, deeply committed to preserving the legacy of his grandmother, was left in total shock. What could have led to this unexpected refusal, and what does it mean for the royal family? Join us as we uncover the dramatic events that left Prince William in shock when Camilla refused to follow the Queen's will. The controversial will. Recent reports have caused a stir within the royal family, with Prince William in shock over a disagreement about his late grandmother's will. William has always been dedicated to honoring the Queen's legacy, and he is firm about following her final will. But Camilla has reportedly refused to do so, creating tension between them. Many are now curious about what's in the Queen's will that has led to this conflict. At the moment, Camilla appears visibly affected by the situation, and the public is left wondering how this family drama will unfold. Stay tuned. We have got the full gist for you. The details of Queen Elizabeth's will likely remain private, as royal wills are sealed and kept secret for at least 90 years. This tradition started in 1910 with Prince Francis of Teck, Queen Mary's brother. Since then, it has been normal for the wills of senior royals to stay hidden, keeping their personal matters out of the public eye. This means no one knows exactly how the Queen's assets, such as her jewelry, homes, or personal belongings, will be divided. While we can only guess, it's likely her estate includes private properties, investments, and treasured items. But no details have been revealed about who will get what or how her wealth will be shared. This secrecy is part of the royal family's effort to protect their privacy, ensuring that their personal affairs stay within the family and are not open to public scrutiny. In the case of Queen Elizabeth's estate, it's clear that everything from her cherished family treasures to private properties will be distributed according to her wishes. Yet, appears to be speculation on how her will be shared. But here is the shocking twist. Recent reports suggest that the royal family may already have some idea of what is inside the will. Even more surprising, it is reportedly causing serious tension within the family. Things became worse when Queen Camilla refused to follow parts of the will. Her decision created tension among the family, with some members feeling betrayed. But that's not all. What is even more shocking is the report that King supported Camilla all along. King Charles argued that these changes were necessary to help the monarchy move forward, while Queen Camilla stayed silent. This silence added to suspicions, making people question her motives. The family, once seen as united in public, now appeared divided behind the palace doors. Even more surprising was how the will disrupted royal traditions. For centuries, roles and assets were passed down in predictable ways, but this time, things changed. The roles of certain family members were redefined, and assets were distributed differently. These changes upset the balance of the monarchy, leaving family members and the public wondering about the future of royal customs. One of the biggest controversies was over Balmoral Castle, one of the Queen's most beloved residences. The castle, filled with family memories and national pride, had always symbolized the Queen's connection to Scotland. But its unexpected allocation caused disagreements within the family. Many felt that the decision went against what the Queen would have wanted, further adding to the already growing tensions. Another issue arose with the redistribution of the Queen's famous jewelry collection. The public expected Princess Catherine to inherit many of these pieces, as she is a key figure in the royal family's future. However, the jewelry was shared in a way that seemed unfair to her. This caused quiet resentment among the royals, as these jewels were not just items of beauty, but symbols of tradition and history. To make matters worse, rumors began to spread that Queen Camilla had influenced changes to the will. Though there was no proof, these allegations stirred the pot even more. Over the years, Queen Camilla had worked to gain public trust, but now she found herself back in the center of controversy. Whether or not the rumors were true, they added to the tension and made it harder for the family to rebuild trust with the public. In the midst of all this, Princess Anne spoke out, voicing her concerns about how these issues could weaken the monarchy. Known for her dedication to royal duties, Princess Anne's opinions carried weight. She feared that the disputes over the will would hurt the family's image and stability. Meanwhile, many people began to question the royal family's unity. Was the image of togetherness they had always shown to the world just an illusion? Others wondered whether the monarchy still mattered in today's world. The tension surrounding the Queen's will became a symbol of larger questions about the role of the royals in modern society. But something added to the public's outrage. It was the sale of Queen Elizabeth's prized horses by King Charles. These horses were not just ordinary animals to her. They represented her love for the countryside and her strong connection to Britain's rural traditions. Additionally, her love for horses was one of the strongest passions of her life. From the time she was a little girl, she adored horses. Riding was not just a hobby for Queen, it became part of who she was. She spent many hours at stables and racecourses. This love lasted her entire life, making her one of the most knowledgeable figures in the world of horse breeding. The decision to sell the horses added to the tension, as it seemed to go against the values many believed the Queen held dear. The secrecy surrounding the Queen's will made the entire situation even more complicated. Some believed that her will might support the ideas of her grandson, Prince William. He has often spoken about making the royal family smaller and more modern. His focus on charity work, mental health, and the environment shows that he wants the monarchy to become closer to the people. If the Queen's will reflects these values, it could be a sign that she trusted him to carry the monarchy into the future. Such instructions would give William a strong foundation to shape the royal family in his own way. Yet, there are fears that the will could cause tension within the family. If certain family members are favored over others, it could reopen old wounds. Prince Harry's departure from royal duties has already caused a division in the family. If the Queen's final wishes show more support for Prince William's role over Harry's, it might make their strained relationship even worse. There is also a chance that unexpected names could appear in the will, which could spark jealousy and disagreements among the royal family. Not only that, but her wishes may not align with King Charles, who has always expressed a desire to maintain the old traditions of the monarchy. King Charles has often emphasized the importance of preserving the royal institution as it has been for centuries. But what are truly King Charles's intentions for the monarchy? Does he plan to continue the royal legacy as it stands, or is he considering a more modern approach? Keep watching to find out. King Charles's controversial intentions. King Charles III became king with a strong desire to protect the old ways of the British monarchy. From a young age, he had known that one day he would wear the crown. He believed the royal family should always follow its long-standing customs. Many people expected him to bring in modern ideas, but Charles wanted to protect what had been handed down for generations. His son, Prince William, hoped the monarchy would become more open and relatable. However, King Charles believed that changing too much could weaken the royal family's power. But King Charles did not ignore the pressure to adapt. He knew that times were changing and that the public wanted a monarchy that felt closer to them. Still, he was not ready to let go of traditions. Unlike Prince William, who wanted the royal family to become more modern, Charles thought that holding on to old customs would help the monarchy survive. He believed that the royal family should stay special by remaining distant and mysterious. With the crown came great responsibility. While Prince William believed in being more open, King Charles thought that the monarchy's power came from its secrecy. He believed the royal family should not share too much about their lives. The less the public knew, the more respect the monarchy would keep. This secrecy had been part of the royal family for years, and Charles saw no reason to change it. At the same time, King Charles showed great respect for British traditions. Every ceremony, event, and royal duty was carried out with care. To him, these traditions were not just formal events, they were symbols of stability. He believed the monarchy's role was to give the country a sense of continuity. However, this traditional approach caused tension between King Charles and Prince William. The younger prince wanted a royal family that connected more with ordinary people. William believed the monarchy should reflect the modern world. He wanted the royals to engage with social issues and break away from rigid traditions. But Charles feared that moving too far away from old customs would damage the monarchy's power. Their different ideas became a struggle between the past and the future. Still, King Charles remained firm in his desire to keep the monarchy as it had always been. He believed the royal family should not change to please public opinion. His goal was to keep things as they were, even if it meant going against popular opinions. Many people admired his dedication, but others saw him as being out of touch. Another sign of King Charles's desire for secrecy was his decision to keep Queen Elizabeth's will sealed for 90 years, as it has been the tradition. This move raised many questions. People wondered why it needed to be kept secret for so long. Some believed it might reveal details about the royal family's wealth or private matters. However, Charles believed that certain royal affairs should never be made public, no matter what the public wanted. His reign has been marked by a deep respect for the past and a strong desire to preserve the old ways. The differences between King Charles and Prince William made it clear that the monarchy was at a crossroads. One generation wanted to hold on to the past, while the other dreamed of a future where the royal family was more open and connected to the people. But for now, King Charles remains determined to lead the monarchy the way he believes it should be. Despite not being the king, Prince William still insists on modernizing the monarchy. His actions have shown that he is determined to bring the royal family closer to the people and adapt to the changing times. Let's find out more about what he has done to push for these changes. Prince William's vision, the monarchy. Prince William has always dreamed of leading a royal family that fits into the modern world. Growing up, he saw how hard it was for the monarchy to stay the same while the world around it kept changing. His mother, Princess Diana, inspired him to care deeply for people, especially the poor and those in need. Those early lessons stayed with him, shaping his belief that the royal family should not only serve the nation, but also be close to the people. He wants to build a monarchy that connects with ordinary citizens rather than standing above them. And so his dream is to create a modern monarchy that matches the changing times. He believes that the royal family should not hold on to old ways if they no longer serve the people. For him, the future of the monarchy lies in becoming more open and accessible. He wants a royal family that listens to the people's needs and plays a bigger role in helping society. His vision is to make the monarchy a symbol of progress, not just history. But more than that, he is determined to bring transparency into royal affairs. He knows that people often feel distant from the royal family because so much is hidden from the public. He believes that trust can only grow if the royal family is honest about how they live, spend money, and make decisions. He hopes to break down the walls that separate the monarchy from the people by opening up about royal matters. His aim is to show that the royal family is not above anyone, but rather there to serve the nation. Yet much of his vision has been guided by the wisdom of his mother. Over the years, he shared a close bond with her and often turned to her for advice. She taught him that the monarchy's greatest strength lies in serving others. He admired how she carried out her duties, even in difficult times. Her devotion to the country inspired him to lead with humility. Although she valued tradition, William believes she would have supported his desire to modernize the monarchy if it meant protecting its future. However, one of his most daring ideas is to unseal Queen Elizabeth's will before the required 90 years. The royal family has always followed this secret rule. But William sees things differently. He believes that by revealing the contents of the will, the royal family could show they have nothing to hide. This would be a bold move, sending a message that the monarchy is ready to embrace openness in a way never seen before. He feels that the public deserves to know what wishes the late queen left behind, especially when they may affect the nation. Surprisingly, that's not all Prince William wants. Alongside this, he has been pushing to reveal the royal family's wealth and how it is shared among family members. He knows that for years people have speculated about the royal fortune. Instead of allowing rumors to spread, he believes that the best way forward is to be transparent. His goal is not to weaken the monarchy, but to show that they are accountable to the people. He wants the public to understand that the royal family's wealth is not something to be hidden, but something that should be used to support the country. But his vision is not only about money or royal secrets. At the heart of his plans is a desire to promote unity, equality, and public service. He wants the royal family to become more involved in solving the problems that affect everyday people. He believes that everyone, no matter their background, should feel that the monarchy is there to serve them. His dream is to see a royal family that brings people together and supports causes that matter to society. This idea of unity runs deep in everything he hopes to achieve. Still, he knows that some traditions must be protected. He does not want to tear apart the monarchy's history, but rather blend old traditions with modern values. He understands that the royal family's long-standing customs are part of what makes it special. His goal is to respect those traditions while making sure they fit into the world today. He believes that the monarchy can honor its past without closing the door to the future. Yet, not everyone agrees with his vision. But despite the resistance, William is firm in his belief that making the monarchy more accessible is the right thing to do. He dreams of a royal family that is no longer locked behind palace gates, but one that stands side by side with the people. He wants the monarchy to play an active role in the lives of citizens, working directly with communities and helping those in need. He believes that by being more present and visible, the royal family could win the hearts of the people once again. Above all, he feels that fulfilling his grandmother's true wishes would help protect the monarchy's future. Aside from King Charles, who has opposed Prince William's modern approach, it has also been reported that Camilla may not be in support of his vision for the monarchy either. Queen Camilla's controversial role. Another member of the royal family that is likely not in support of Prince William's modern approach is Camilla. While she has stood beside King Charles in many ways, her role in the royal family has often been surrounded by controversy. Over the years, Camilla has become more involved in royal matters, especially since becoming queen consort. However, her growing influence on the king's decisions has not always been welcomed by other members of the royal family. Many believe that her ideas do not align with the traditions that the late Queen Elizabeth upheld, making her a divisive figure within the family. One of the most talked about actions linked to Queen Camilla's influence is King Charles's decision to sell some of Queen Elizabeth's horses. Many believed Camilla had played a role in that decision. Camilla's influence seemed to push the king to sell several of these prized horses. The decision shocked many people, especially those who respected Queen Elizabeth's passion for equestrian traditions. It seemed like a sudden break from something the late queen had cared for deeply. As expected, this decision created tension between Queen Camilla and Princess Anne, and how it unfolded left everyone in shock. Princess Anne has always shared her mother's love for horses and has been a dedicated equestrian all her life. She saw the royal horses not just as animals, but as part of the family's heritage. The sale of the horses was something Anne strongly disagreed with. Though there had always been small signs of tension between Anne and Camilla, this incident brought their differences into the open, It became clear that Anne saw Camilla's influence as a threat to the traditions that had been in place for generations. Soon after the sale, Princess Anne reportedly confronted Queen Camilla about the decision. Anne was known for being straightforward and not holding back her opinions. According to sources close to the royal family, she firmly reprimanded Camilla, expressing her disappointment and anger. Anne believed that such decisions should not be made without considering the significance of the horses to the family's history. Her words made it clear that she felt Camilla was not respecting the legacy their mother had worked so hard to build. Despite the backlash, Queen Camilla showed little interest in the equestrian traditions that meant so much to the late Queen and Princess Anne. Unlike Queen Elizabeth and Anne, who had spent their lives around horses, Camilla never shared the same passion. The growing tension eventually led to an unusual move by Princess Anne. Reports suggest that Anne placed a temporary ban on Queen Camilla's involvement with the royal horses. Though this was not a formal announcement, it was understood within the family that Camilla would no longer have the final say on matters related to the royal family. The decision was seen as Anne's way of protecting her mother's legacy and standing up against what she saw as Camilla's careless actions. However, the dispute over the horses was only one part of the strained relationship between Queen Camilla and the king's immediate family members. Over the years, there have been quiet tensions between Camilla and several senior royals. Many of them still saw her as an outsider, especially since she had only officially joined the family much later in life. While King Charles trusted and supported her, others were not as quick to accept her influence. This sense of division became more noticeable as Camilla began taking on a more prominent role in the monarchy. Additionally, Queen Camilla has faced accusations of disregarding royal traditions on several occasions. She often prefers a more relaxed approach to royal duties compared to the strict and structured way Queen Elizabeth carried out her responsibilities. This change has not gone unnoticed by those who believe the monarchy should continue operating as it always has. Camilla has gained a reputation among some circles as someone who prioritizes her own preferences over the family's long-standing practices by changing certain customs and making decisions that appear self-serving. As a result, Queen Camilla's position in the royal family remains a topic of debate. While she has played an important role in supporting King Charles, she continues to be seen by many as a divisive figure. Her influence has sparked mixed reactions. Some see her as helping the monarchy adapt to modern times, while others feel she is dismantling the very traditions that made the royal family unique. Now, by refusing to follow the Queen's will, Queen Camilla has created even more tension within the royal family. This decision will likely make her relationship with Prince William, Princess Anne, and other family members even more complicated. It may also hurt her public image as people begin to question her loyalty to the monarchy's traditions. What do you think about the controversies on the Queen's will? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Also, click on the next video on your screen. You won't want to miss it.